Hello, how is it going, everyone? All right, I was trying to get on Facebook as well for today's little oily live chat. So if you have been with me for a while, let me fix this. If you've been with me for a while, I used to do Wednesday evenings, oily live chat once a week, and it would be a rotating topic, and I just kind of show up about the time, like 8 p.m. was my old time, but now I have totally a big transition in my life right now. So we are in temporary living situation with a newborn. You can hear a couple dogs in the back, really tight quarters. And so I am not as able to just jump on whenever I want. So this is my new time that I'm going to commit to you guys. And I just wanted to pull up one thing real quick with some notes here. I'm not sure if anyone will join. A lot of people watch the recording that you can flip back to, but so I wanted to discuss immune support today. It is January. We're still struggling with winter, all the crud that comes along with it. There's a ton of flu going around. I know that since I've had my little one, he's almost 6 weeks, and I have multiple people that haven't even met him because they've just been so sick. So I wanted to talk about that and how you can support your immune systems using essential oils and other little hacks and things like that I do. So if you aren't in essential oils, you probably lean on things like NyQuil, Emergency, I can't even remember anymore because I haven't really used modern medicine as much, but the throat spray, just your cough drops, just like your normal things, right? And even when you're prescribed things like antibiotics from the doctor, a lot of times the antibiotics now, they're being souped up because the virus or bacteria, whatever we're fighting, is souped up, and so it is hard to really, they're having to build bigger antibiotics, and I'm not very good at describing this. If you follow my Facebook, I posted a video Dr. Dave talks about, but they're souping them up, and it is getting harder and harder to fight off. So leaning on essential oils allows us to support our immune system, and we're going to be using oils that already support the plant's immune system. For example, my little one, I was trying really hard to time it where he was asleep. He might have to join me, and I might have to nurse him while doing this. So we'll winging it. So there are a couple different ways you can use oils, and doTERRA's, luckily, you can take internal, many of them, and also topically. So I'm going to tell you about those different ways and tell you about how we are going to help anywhere from adults, children, babies, elderly, in the different ways, because we do want to use them a little bit differently for each age group. So I'm just going to go straight to my first one. When you are super sick, and a lot of times I have people that have not tried oils and they go, okay, I'll try anything. It's usually because they're super sick, and that could be anything like a cough, cold, flu, even stomach bugs, a lot of different things, respiratory issues, so things like that. So FLUME is an acronym, and it stands for frankincense, lemon, oregano, on guard, and melaleuca, which is also tea tree oil. So it's going to be called Flute soon here because we're changing the name on the doTERRA bottles. So hang on, let me put this wobbin up in. Okay. He's probably going to join me, but for now, the little pacifier will do. So for Flume, these are all oils you can actually ingest. The pacifier's not going to do it. He's going to need mom. So these are all ones you can ingest. The way you can tell on a doTERRA bottle is that it will have a little nutrition label, and it's called supplement facts. So that means you can ingest it, and you'll notice a lot of doTERRAs you can. There's very few you cannot. So firstly, these are going to be calling the big guns here. So I'm going to go over each oil, and they all have different benefits. And I'm going to refer to my Essential Life book If you have this, it's an excellent resource, and it will help you with how to use your oils and just different ways. So these are all oils that have many different ways to use. So like frankincense, it has main constituents. Its top properties, I should say, are immunostimulant, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antidepressant, and restorative. It's really good from a cellular level. It has a lot of great benefits, but it lists quite a few here. But immune support is one of those. It's going to work on a cellular level. So with your frankincense, this is one of the more expensive oils. It does come in most of the starter kits, which is nice because then it's discounted below wholesale. All the kits are. So frankincense is kind of like your Swiss Army knife. This is going to amplify also the other oils. So it's really going to work to restore and get down to that cellular level. For the lemon is our next one. It's going to be more cleansing and detoxifying. It's going to help with inflammation. So I'm going to flip to that page real quick because I just want to kind of give you a little bit on each oil out of the book itself. I think it's more compliant that way anyways. So you have diuretic, antioxidant, disinfectant, so you can actually use it for cleaning too. And it helps with lymphatic cleansing, kidney, gallstones, heartburn. It has a lot of different uses, but it's going to be helping to cleanse out all the ickies. On Guard is the protective blend. So this is probably the number one for your immune support. So this one is in the Flume blend, but you can also use this on its own on a daily for proactive. So On Guard is a protective blend. It has things like wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So you may have heard me say that eucalyptus can't be ingested, like that's why you don't ingest Deep Blue. This is a different species, so the one that's in Deep Blue you cannot, this one you can. That's also why you can take the On Guard soft gels. But anyways, all these things fight against germs and bacteria. They help rid those and really working on just cleansing out the body. There are a whole line of On Guard products because they're so protective. So this is supporting your immune system on a daily. Put this in a roller or apply topically with fractionated coconut oil. And you can put on the bottoms of your feet, up and down your spine, and things like that. It is a warmer oil, so you want to make sure that you dilute. So don't just go ahead and apply this neat. You want to make sure to dilute this. So, and in your Essential Life book, depending on which version you have, let me go to my page here. I'm going to read a couple of these things off to you. But, sorry, I'm not very good at multitasking. So in your book, depending on what version you have, it will list the generic name, or if you have the newer book, it will list the doTERRA name now. So for your protective blend, it's going to kill germs. This is from the Essential Life book, Kill Germs and Airborne Pathogens, so you can diffuse this as well to help clean the air when you're especially going through the sick season. Seasonal immune support, colds, flu, strep, cough, cold sores, warts. It's really good for oral health too. Your fungal parasite issues, so really has a lot of antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, like on and on and on. So you can also use this in cleaning to help instead of your toxic chemicals. But On Guard, there's like a whole nother subject, right? So oregano. I'm going to talk about the last two, oregano and melaleuca, together. So I'm going to kind of jump to the M on the Flume and then go back to oregano. But if you watched the video I posted with Dr. Dave talking about how these work together, it's really interesting. And melaleuca is tea tree oil. What this does, it is like an antiseptic. It's kind of like your first aid oil. Instead of your hydrogen peroxide, you can use this. Also awesome for skin too, right? But it is really good to help clean the sludge off of bacteria. So it's going to kind of wipe that off, this like layer that protects it, and which then allows the oregano to penetrate that and lyse it, which is to, like kill it off, I guess. But lysing it. So melaleuca, awesome one. This is also one that you can use on your little ones. Make sure to dilute, but this is a good gentle support for their immune systems. And oregano. So backing it up, oregano is like your powerhouse. So oregano is not one that you're gonna use very often unless you're sick, probably. It's not one you're gonna want to diffuse unless you want your kitchen or your house to smell like Italy, which is great. You can cook with it. It is a super hot oil, so you always want to dilute and you don't need much. This is one that I avoid using on little ones just because it's just a little too much. So it is going to really help with cleansing out the bacteria. It has all the top properties, so everything I've already listed off: antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, antiparasitic. It just is a powerhouse. So what this also means is that after about 10 days of use, you probably want to let your body take a break from it because you don't want it to kill off the good bacteria. So these 5 together are Flume, or soon to be Flute when it changes. So that is what I would use when I'm super sick. So how would I use this? So one way I do this, so we have this roller already pre-made, and you can do a bigger roller. I've done that. Right now we're kind of like in between what my norm and having things where I like them to be, but I usually have like a jumbo roller of Flume. We're tiny situation right now, so we're gonna stick to the tiny roller. So this is our Flume. So in your roller, the dilution will be according to your age. So adults, I would do like 20 to 30 drops of essential oil total, divided between these, and top with fractionated coconut oil. So I used my coconut oil here and my oils, and these rollers are just from doTERRA. So you just pop the cap. You can almost do this without the little tool. Just don't want to jam on the ball. So you're going to go ahead and put each of these oils in there, and then top with the fractionated coconut oil. So I like to apply this to the bottom of my feet, up and down my spine, and then also because usually when you're sick, you have a cough or sore throat, something of that nature. So I always roll on my chest and neck. More sensitive here than the bottom of your feet. So what I've noticed is if I've got, because I kind of a more is more person, so if I put too many drops of oregano or On Guard, I'll feel it and I'll see a little bit of redness. Make sure to dilute, add some coconut oil on top, and then just make sure your roller's diluted down. For kiddos, I would do something different, so I'm going to share that as well. Elderly, you could do probably the same, and then you could just make sure that you're only doing like 1 drop of each. So I would stick to like 5 drops of essential oil and the rest with fractionated coconut oil, and then just see how you are with it. When I first started with oils, this was the one blend that really was like my oil miracle moment, because I was pregnant with my first one and I was super sick, and so nothing was really working, and so the Flume blend is what saved me, because I was literally about to give birth and I thought I was not gonna make it. I was like, there's no way I can give birth and go through this. The other thing that really helped me, I'm kind of bouncing around here, was On Guard drops. So they come in a little cough drop looking bag, and they are throat drops, and so these our On Guard blend, which I talked about. So we have our On Guard blend, and it's in a throat drop. So what that does is help numb. It helps calm your throat and really help fight whatever you have going on in there from your throat. So obviously it helps ease your cough and let that rest too. And let's see here. So I wanted to show you, what do I want to show you? Daily support. Daily support is super simple. On Guard every day topically. And we're going to talk about internal as well. So I would do the On Guard topically. You could do the whole Flume minus oregano if you wanted to too daily. That's totally up to you. You can take, when you're super sick, you would take all of these internal on a daily support, oregano or On Guard for sure. So when you take internal, there's a couple different ways. If you're doing the Flume, let's say you're super sick and you want to make sure that you are taking internal, often. So you want to think like every 2 to 3 hours, just depends how sick you are. Internal, you can drop them into this little veggie cap, which is like what coats your supplements. So it is a clean capsule that we get from doTERRA, $4 for a huge thing of 160 of them. And then you can go ahead and drop in, like I usually do, 2 drops of each. You can start with 1, let's say, and you can take up to 25 drops internal of essential oil, therapeutic quality doTERRA grade, but divide it up through the day. So you don't want to just fill this sucker up and take all your 25 drops at one sitting, right? You want to divide it up, and that's that. But I would rotate 2 to 3 hours of taking those internal. If you want, you can take On Guard internal. So the good thing is On Guard tastes really good. So you can actually drop this in your water if you want. Make sure that you're using glass or stainless. But you can also drop in the veg capsule. You can do a few drops, let's say, and do that for a daily support. Another easy way that I like, there's 2 different ways. So you can take, and I don't have the jar, the actual little container with me because I use a supplement case. So I use this supplement case for my like ad hoc oils and supplements, but they come in this, but it's On Guard soft gels. So the On Guard soft gels, I think they contain 3 drops of essential oil between. There's On Guard in here, but there's also black pepper, melissa, and oregano. So there's smaller amounts. Those are all really powerful for your immune system too. Some people I know take the On Guard soft gels every single day and don't have an issue with the amount of oregano being hard on their system, but that's totally up to you. So the soft gel is a really easy way to support your immune system. If you don't want to worry about filling a veg capsule, you don't want to pre-fill veg capsules either. If you are, I would suggest try out a few, throw them in a glass jar, put them in the freezer, and that's going to help preserve the chemical constituents without them burning through the veg capsule. One other easy way, where did it go? So this is a soft gel, and the other way, which is excellent when you have little ones, but are really easy on the go, is the beadlets. Let's see if I can even get them out. Oh no, there's a cap on this one that's brand new. Here, this is my one that's not brand new. I mixed them up. My little one's like wanting me. He might be joining me for a little bit. So the beadlets come in this little container here, and you have 125, and there's a 1/4 drop of essential oil in them. This is just On Guard, so I'll show you the size comparison. You can't even tell. Super small compared to the soft gel. So this is something that I just started having Sawyer take, who is 2, internal, without popping it in his mouth. They are able to pop in your mouth, and they're excellent for oral support, or if you, I don't know, just have anything going on, even with your throat, but you can just pop it in and take it and swallow it. So if you want to take a little less internal, you can do that. Otherwise, you can take the soft gel. Let me put his pacifier in. Hang on. You're being so good. Yeah, is it not doing the trick anymore? Soon it's not going to be doing the trick for him. So that's what I would take internal. So let's see here, if you are experiencing more of respiratory issues or needing to calm your lungs, things like that, there is a blend that I love called Breathe. And I'm going to open this book real quick just so I can show you. I can't really show you, but I'll read it to you. So for Breathe, you have lemon, peppermint, eucalyptus, laurel, melaleuca, lemon. Notice those are in Flume as well. Cardamom and Ravensara. So Breathe actually comes in a 15 ml. There's a 5 ml too, depending on what kit you get. But this is 250 drops. The 5 ml is 85 drops. So you get 3 times the amount. But it also comes in a roller too. So I keep this around because this was on BOGO not too long ago, and use this for respiratory support. So if you are experiencing more of issues with your airways, congestion, sinus issues, things like that, then you can roll it on your chest. You can roll it over your sinuses and over your brows, temples, kind of that area to help open your airways. So this is just ready to go, already diluted. So there are a couple other oils too that I like to include with my respiratory support. So this is Breathe Alone. What you can do, I already showed you frankincense, but also lime. So both are really helpful for your respiratory support as well. Frankincense is like good for everything. So you're gonna notice that being on repeat, but when in doubt, add frankincense to help with whatever blend you have. So I would add with Breathe, I would do Breathe, lime, and frankincense. And I make a little roller here, and it is my Breathe, lime, frankincense respiratory roller. So it's already ready to go. We kind of keep our like first aid oils in one spot. So this is to support our respiratory. My husband uses these two a lot for his sinus issues. When he's feeling stuffy, it opens it right up. So that is what I would do for that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask too. All right, so if you are experiencing that coughing sensation and you're taking the throat drops, but you also want to do a throat spray versus what you used to do, you can make your own. It's pretty cool. So this is an upcycled 15 ml, but you can buy glass spray bottles. You can also use the doTERRA sprays that they have, but you can use either option and make a throat spray. So you can do it a couple ways. I've seen like a honey mixture with apple cider vinegar, which works great, tastes gross. But if you have kiddos, you might have the IQ Mega. If not, this is a great one for your kiddos or yourself if you don't want to take fish oil per se. But this does have fish oil. It also has wild orange essential oil, so it tastes good. It's a liquid, so you could use this along with your On Guard for a really simple throat spray, and just mixing in, make sure to dilute it accordingly. So if I was doing the 15 ml, sorry, I had to think for a second, I might do like 15 drops and just see, because it's combined with this, but that would be a really easy way to do a throat spray. I would also store it in the fridge just to keep it nice and cold, especially if you're going to use it and then you don't know when you're going to use it next. So that is a fun way to also incorporate. If you're getting sick, also keep your On Guard sanitizing mist around. If you don't know, they have this, it's like $5. It's really easy just to add on your LRP, but it's also easy to refill with your On Guard oil. So I use this with a dash of witch hazel and refill with some distilled water, so it's ready to go. And then you have the pre-labeled spray, which is nice. And then kind of got myself laid out here. And I'm nervous that Noah is going to need me, but he seems super tired, but he seems hungry too. So, if you have little ones, there are different ways I would support their immune system. A lot of the oils in the flume is going to be really powerful. It might be a little too much for their bodies to handle. So they don't need as much to process to support. So there's a couple ways. For Sawyer, who is my 2-year-old and up, I would do a couple different things. So I have 2 rollers for him for immune support. Stronger is the protective blend. This is from the kids line. It's kind of bright for you guys to see. And so this is a blend of cedarwood, litsea, which we cannot get in the US market, is in the Australian market, frankincense, and rose. So these are gentler oils, but that are just as powerful for the immune system. Rose and frankincense together are just like beautiful. Rose is really impactful on the immune system. So this is a pre-diluted roller. It smells so good too. Like I stole my son's other one, like out of his next kid. So I'm gonna have to buy an extra one. But this is a good alternative for skin. Notice all the oils in there are really good for skin. So that's just a tip too. Multi-purpose, right? But then I made a separate roller for him. I have these fun colored caps you can get. I think it's from Oil Life or Share Oils. I always get it so confused of which one I bought them from. But I put On Guard in here, and then you could put frankincense, or I put copaiba. So copaiba is a super powerful oil too. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife too as frankincense, but I feel like I don't know. I almost should have just put copaiba and frankincense. I love them both equally. But that is a nice gentle one for your little ones. So for Sawyer, I think I did like 10 drops of essential oil and fractionated coconut oil. I tend to do a little bit more, but I just see, I usually just do the bottoms of the feet for this, so they're not as, I wouldn't be putting this like maybe on his throat or anything like that. I would use a stronger there, but yeah, so I use that for him, and I use the beadlets for him. And also my friend Laura got me on to starting to use elderberry syrup to support his immune system too. If you haven't seen that, I want to make some someday, but until then I just bought a really good quality one. Not gonna take on too much. So, and then for babies, there's different dilution in a roller. Usually you would do, like, for a newborn, you would do like 1 drop of essential oil and coconut oil or fractionated coconut oil for the rest. Depends on the age, and it goes, increases as they are gaining in months. But the 2 oils in general that I like to use, that I'm starting to use on Noah, is rose, and this is in a touch form, and this is manuka, which you can't get unless sometimes it comes on promo. So I do want to talk about it in case you see it and why you should snag it up. So rose is going to be our nice, powerful immune support. It takes a lot of roses to make this roller, or the 5 ml if you want. So if you buy the roller, if you've bought this before and then you want to refill it, you can buy the 5 ml. It's pretty spendy, but it's well worth it. You can make rollers and sell them to your family and friends and make some money back on it. I have this rose one, and then the manuka. So the manuka, if you've heard of manuka honey, how great it is for your immune system, same idea. And I think it only flowers 2 to 6 weeks a year is what I read. Yeah. So these are really gentle. I would do bottoms of the feet again, up and down spine. I would avoid maybe anything else. I think that's perfectly fine for just a daily. So those are a lot. Is that all I was gonna talk about? I have like all my stuff spread out in front of me. So there's a lot of ways to protect your immune system. The cool thing is you have the Flume blend along with your Breathe. So I'm gonna just show you. So you have these 6 that I talked about, 6 of quite a few oils I talked about that are in most starter kits. So if you've gotten that, you already have all these, and you probably just maybe didn't know how to use them, and now you know some different ways. If you haven't started with oils, that's why I always recommend the top 10 kits. So it's the Healthy Start kit has them. They've changed the kit, so I don't have them all quite memorized, but you can check them out. The Healthy Start kit is going to have all these for sure. So great one to get started. Then you can just add the veg capsules, which this is the bottle they come in, $4 here. You can add on the hand sanitizer, you can add on your throat drops, you can add on the beadlets, you can add on whatever you want, kind of customize your own kit. So if you do want me to create a link for you and send it to you, I can do that, or make my suggestions. But instead of buying anything individually, I would always say buy it in the kit, because it's going to be less, and then you're going to have all these other oils, and I'll talk about those at another time of how you can use them. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I am excited to do this again, and I hopefully will have let me know what you want for a different subject. Otherwise, I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna go with whatever. So, and no, I made it through this entire time, which is amazing. Won't happen every time though, for sure. So also, if you get started, I tell everyone, if you get started with me and you're starting with a kit or 100 PV or more, you're gonna get this book from me along with a nice welcome pack, which has like some rollers in it. It has some fractionated coconut oil, so it kind of gets you started without having to go figure out how to get started, right? And I sit down with you and go over how to use your oils. So I'll help you make these rollers and things like that. But this is a really good resource. It's a hardbound book, really easy to look up ailments and oils and all the things. And also DōTERRA's promotion this month is if you are to if you're new to doTERRA and you get started with 100 PV, which is point value, similar to dollars, and then you do another purchase in February for 100 PV, then you will get 100 PV or $100 in free oils in March, dropped in your account instantly. So then it's really easy just to go redeem for all free oils. So if you're thinking about how to make up your cart and you're thinking about doing a 200 order this month, you might want to make it 100, and then February do another one for 100. So, oh, now he needs me. So, anyways, hope you guys have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions, and I can answer them after. And yeah, let me know what else you want to learn about. Okay, talk to you next Monday for sure. See ya.